Something's changing. Every time I blink, a new candlestick is being formed. It's too quick. It's too much for me. What is going on, my lovely, beautiful, intelligent friends? Candace B here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you beautiful souls for stopping by and watching this video. It does not go unnoticed. And I hope you're just doing amazing in life. I hope wherever you are in the world, everything's just been going so well for you and you're healthy and you're happy and you're just doing great things. Today we're going to be doing a reaction video, a trading reaction video. Haven't done one of these in a long time. It's been months. So I just thought, why not? I miss doing these. I haven't really watched too many trading videos on YouTube lately, so we are going to be doing one today. And the video we are going to be reacting to today is going to be a video by none other than Mr. Raja Banks Rakil. If you don't know of him, not too sure how you don't, because he's so known in the trading world, especially on social media, and he's a great trader. He's doing amazing things, and it's just awesome to see. I really love his trading style. He's helped me so much, so much. So the video that we're going to be watching today is entitled My Multi-Million Dollar Trading Plan. So that in itself, I just need to watch this. Mr. Raja Banks, we need to know, what is your multi-million dollar trading plan? Because we know you got the multi-millions. But before we get into this video, you guys, just as a little disclaimer, it's a reaction video. I'm just reacting to it. I'm just giving my opinion. It really is not that serious. So, you know, let's keep it cute in the comments. Let's keep it positive, because we are a positive channel and that's how we're gonna stay. And don't test me, all right? Anyways, that being said, let's get into this video.
So today we're going to discuss my multi-million dollar trading plan. I've been trading since 2016, and my trading plan is really simple. People have asked me a lot of times what my trading plan looks like, what changes I do, what things to look for, and all that. So we're going to discuss all that. Now, my trading plan is extremely simple. It consists of 5 things.
First of all, sir, I know you're in one of your many houses right now. It must be. It's beautifully decorated. Just want to say that. And also, it's a 20-minute video, you guys, so I might not, you guys might not see the full 20-minute video of me reacting to it, but I'm gonna watch the whole 20 minutes just to let you know.
The number 1 is the most important one, is what time are you going to sit down to trade? Number 2 is what pair you're going to choose to trade. Number 3, what time frames are you going to look at to trade? Number 4 is what sort of a risk management strategy are you going to deploy for your trading? And number 5 is what's going to be your trade management strategies, trade management techniques. Now, when we talk about what time you're going to sit down to trade, I remember when I first started, I would trade all day long. I would sit down at Asian Open, I would look at the Asian session, I would look at the pre-London, then London Open, I would look at pre-New York, New York Open, NYSE Open, London Close, and I used to think that the more time I'm going to spend on the charts, the more money I'm going to make. But to be honest, that did not work really well, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because sometimes, you know, we have time in the morning to trade, some people may have time in the evening to trade, and sometimes you may have time at nighttime to trade, right? So you gotta realize, and you gotta look at your life and ask yourself that, okay, what time do you have to trade? Now, when I first started trading, the only best time I had to trade was early in the morning, because back in the day I was working in a sales job, you know, and our office work would start at about 9 a.m. Eastern. So I would wake up at 5:30 a.m. Eastern. I would trade pre-New York all the way into NY Open at 8 a.m. Eastern. By 8:30 a.m. I'd be out the door and I would go to work. So I figured out that that was the time where I was the most profitable, because you got to look at it this way, right? When you're trying to trade, there have to be as little distractions as possible. You cannot be distracted at all, because if you're sitting down, you're looking at the charts, you're waiting for confirmations, and you have distractions, you're never going to be able to confidently execute on moves that you know you should be executing on.
That's a fact, okay? That is a stone cold fact. I definitely agree with him. When it comes to trading, I feel like you and we've all probably experienced this, where we felt like we could, you know, multitask or do something else while we're trading, and, you know, monitoring the trade while you're doing something else. Like it's so easy to be distracted by things obviously going on in this world, but Yeah, you can't be distracted when it comes to trading. You have to be locked in because it's very easy to make mistakes that are unforgivable and it costs you a lot of money. So, yeah.
So it's not going to work. And I would go to my work, and I would still trade at that time. And once we would have our downtime around noon, 1 p.m., I would still try to trade all the way till Asian Open, because Asian Open in Canada, where I was before, used to come around evening time, and that's when there's no volume at all. So that was the big mistake I made back then. So when we talk about what time do you have in your life to trade, that's something that you have to decide. Whether, someone may work night shifts. If you're working night shifts, then you may have the time to trade after you're done work or before you're done work. So you have to really identify what time bracket you have in your life that you can dedicate towards trading. That's going to be very, very important, because the first thing we got to remove from your trading are distractions, right? Because sometimes what's going to happen is you may spend a whole lot of time on trading, and maybe your spouse, your parents, your siblings, or your friends may say, man, you're trading all the time, you're not making any money. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. And then you're going to turn around and say, man, no one really respects my time to trade. How are they going to respect your time to trade when you don't even have dedicated times allotted towards trading?
I never thought of it like that, but I have experienced that, where it's kind of just like getting questioned by people close to me, where it's just like what are you doing? Like, what, you're always on the charts, this, that, and the third. Like, what are you really doing? It's true. Treating this goes hand in hand with treating trading like a business, even if you're doing it part-time, having an allotted time where you are focused on just trading will have people around you really respecting the fact that, you're disciplined to your craft, and they'll take it more seriously. You take it more seriously, which is obviously more important than anyone else, but you taking it more seriously, and it just reflects on people around you, and it just shows them that you're serious about what you're doing. You're serious about this trading thing, because a lot of people just think it's, just this fly by night type of thing. So yeah, I really agree. I never thought of it that way, but I totally agree.
So that's going to be key. You have to decide what time in your life you have for you to trade. It could be around 1 or 2 hours, right? Pick a 2-hour bracket and dedicate that towards trading. That's going to help you out a lot. It's going to remove a lot of distractions. Now, we have set the time. Let's say, for example, someone says, okay, you know what? The time that I have to trade is between pre-London to London Open. And in Eastern time, that becomes maybe 1 a.m. Eastern till 3:30 a.m. Eastern, which is 2.5 hours. So we're going to work with examples here as well. Now, next is, what currency pair are you going to choose to trade? This is also very important. I remember back in the day when I first started, I wanted to make a lot of money really quick in trading, because I would look at social media and everyone was making money, everyone was winning, driving cars, cash, girls, party, all that. And I was like, okay, you know what? I got to get there. And the only way I'm going to be able to get there is if I trade all the pairs that are available. So I was trading USD CAD, USD Yen, Pound Yen, Pound USD, Euro USD, Australian dollar. I was trading Australian against New Zealand dollar. I was trading everything, and contrary to popular belief, I didn't make much money at all back then, because I was trying to juggle all these pairs at the same time. So as time went on, I realized that for me to actually be profitable, I needed to choose the time that I'm going to trade, which I did. And then I needed to see that what currency is active in that time. So let's say, for example, as we discussed, you choose pre-London till London Open. And now you have to understand, and now you have to really see that, okay, if I'm going to choose this time, what currency pairs are active during this time? Right? So if you look at it holistically, you're going to say, okay, there is, logically speaking, there is pound active at this time, there's euro active at this time. So maybe I'm only going to focus on euro and pound. And then you got to decide whether it's going to be pound USD, pound yen, euro USD, euro yen. Gold also moves at this time. So choosing the correct currency pair during the time that you're going to trade is going to work very well for you, because the whole idea is that for you to get comfortable at the time you're going to trade. And then at the same time, the idea is for you to get comfortable with the currency pair that you're going to trade, because believe it or not, every currency pair, it moves the same in every time that you choose, right? So let's say if you choose pound yen is going to move the same at London session, but it's going to be different movement in New York session. It's going to have different movement in the Asian session. So that's something you have to keep in mind. So you can't choose one currency pair and expect you to be profitable in all the sessions there are. It's not going to work that way. So you have to choose a time bracket that fits your lifestyle, and then you have to decide that, okay, which pair is much more suited to the time bracket you choose.
I hope you guys are listening to this intently. I hope that whoever's watching this and they have a whole portfolio of all these different instruments, these different trading instruments, and they're trading different sessions. Just let's simplify it. Let's keep it as simple as possible. So let's reduce our stress. Why does trading have to be stressful? It doesn't. So, what he's saying makes sense. Pick a time that works for your lifestyle. Most of the time, we can't adapt our lifestyle to trading. We have to adapt our trading to our lifestyle, if that makes sense, where it's like, if someone has kids and a family and stuff, that's your priority. So you have to see, okay, where does trading fit into that? So whether it be waking up to trade London session, New York, whatever the case may be, then it makes sense that you would choose the corresponding currency pair or instrument that works well during that trading session. It only makes sense. Why are you going to trade a pair that moves a lot better during London session? Why are you going to trade it during Asian session? That doesn't make sense. And been there, done that. Same thing like he's saying, wanted to, trade a bunch of currency pairs at the beginning of my trading journey, more so to see what worked, or just like which trading pair I liked, but also because I just wanted to make a lot of money and that didn't work. So, simplifying things is the most important thing. So whoever's watching this and, they're at the beginning of their trading journey or they're trying to figure it out, listen to what he's saying. It makes sense, and it's very, very important.
Right? Because you have to really work on that pair which is actively traded during that time, and you have to stick to that time. Now this brings us on to what time frame are you going to trade. My favorite time frame for the past 5 years has been the 30-minute time frame. And there's really good reason for that. Because if we look at, let's say, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, at least for me, I used to look at social media, and the only time frames I looked at that people traded were the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour.
Listen, I don't know how y'all trade the 1 minute chart. How do you trade minute by? I'm stressed just thinking about it, because I'm so sorry. Every minute I'm looking into something's changing. Every time I blink, a new candlestick is being formed. It's too quick. It's too much for me. Okay, 5 minute I've been liking a lot, but that's like every 5 minutes. I can blink a couple times. I can blink before another candlestick is created or formed. But dang, 1 minute, y'all are good. Y'all are the chosen people, because what? I don't know.
4 hour and daily, right? Everyone skipped the 30-minute time frame for some reason. And as I started to get better and better, I started to realize that, hold on, wait a minute. 5-minute time frame is weak confirmations, and then you're looking at the 15-minute time frames, which is okay confirmations, and then we're skipping the 30-minute and going all the way up to the 1 hour time frame. Now, when you're focusing on a 1 hour time frame, the confirmations are really strong. It's good confirmations on a 1 hour, but there are also good confirmations on the 30-minute time frame. So for me, what works best, like my favorite way of trading now, is to focus on the 30-minute time frame. I'm literally going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close, and then I'm going to decide that, okay, if I'm, let's say, trading pound yen at London session, and we are creating a resistance in a downtrend at London session.
I'm really liking these edits. I'm really liking these edits. I'm a visual person, so I'm watching. I'm like, dang, who is his editor? Because I really like this. It look at the drawings. It's so cool.
Pound yen, I'm literally going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close bearish, and I'm going to take a sell expecting the next candle to continue pushing down. That's all what I'm going to do, the 30-minute time frame. So you have to decide which time frame is going to suit you best. Now, a lot of people say, hey man, like I work all day or I work all nights, and during the times that I'm working, I don't have time to look at the charts. Or when I do look at the charts, there's no volume. Right? There's no volume, there's no movement at that time. I'm missing all the big moves. I can't focus on the 30-minute or the 1 hour or the 15-minute. What should I do? Now, what you should do at that point is you should look at the 4-hour time frame, the daily time frame. That's when you start to look at the higher time frames and really understand that, okay, if I can't look at the 30-minute, I can't look at the 1 hour or even the 15-minute, maybe I should focus on the 4-hour time frame. And that's really simple, because what's happening at that point is you're taking the same price action methodologies from the 30-minute or the 1 hour and putting them over to the 4-hour time frame. And we're going to talk about that in more detail, but it's very important for you to stick to just some time frame. So I'm going to give you an example, right? So we had a student, and that student now, he's doing really well. He's withdrawing about 5,000-6,000 a week at this point. But back when he started 2 years ago, his whole problem was that he would take a trade on the 15-minute or the 30-minute time frame, and as price would go in drawdown close to a stop loss, he would remove the stop loss, and then he would say, oh, you know what? This is a swing trade. This is a swing trade. I'm going to analyze this based off of the daily time frame, and I'm going to...
Who is guilty of that? Please. I can't be the only one that just felt like he was talking to me in that moment. Please, I cannot be the only one. Listen, that's triggering. That's removing the stop loss and then just trying to make your mind think, oh, no, this is part of the plan. Yo, too close to home, man.
Remove my stop loss because it's a swing trade now, and let's see what happens. And that's the best way to blow your account, And he blew a lot of accounts in the beginning, but it took time for him to understand that if he's going to focus on the 30-minute or the 1 hour, his stop losses and stops, his risk is going to be based on that specific time frame as well. It's very important. My phone is beeping right here. Right, so we talked about what time you're going to trade, what time are you going to allot to your trading. Next, we talked about what currency you're going to trade, that you're going to choose that, okay, which currency moves the best in that time frame. And mind you, you're only focusing on 1 or 2 pairs. Nothing more, nothing less. Well, less you can focus on just one because you want to really master that one, but you're focusing on 1 or 2 pairs, that's it. Next, you're taking a look at what time frame are you going to focus on. That is the key. If you're going to focus on the 30-minute, do not go on the daily or the weekly or the 4-hour. I mean, you can look at the 4-hour and see that, okay, where can 4-hour candle go, but you're focusing on just the 30-minute or the 1 hour, and that works for me the best. I wait for the 30-minute confirmations. I execute trades on that. Sometimes based on how the candles is set up and how the price action is moving at that point, sometimes I'm going to focus on the 15-minute, only sometimes, not all the time. But mostly it's going to be the 30-minute, and then let the trade run based off of the 1 hour time frame, and then 4-hour, and so on and so forth. Now next is going to be what sort of risk management are you going to apply to your trading?
Why am I so nervous to listen to what he has to say about this? I don't know why I'm like breathing in and out, like let's brace ourselves. Let's brace ourselves, y'all. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, let's hear what he has to say.
This is the key. This is what going to differentiate between winning long term and losing short term. Right? This is really important. Now, what works best for me is to identify that, okay, if I'm going to use, let's say, 1% risk per trade, or 2% risk per day, or even 1% risk per day, that's all what I'm going to focus on. That's it. I'm not going to focus on 5% or 10%, especially when you have a $500 account, or if you have a $1,000 account. You cannot say, oh, you know what, I'm going to flip my account in a week and I'm going to make some good gains and I'm going to bring my account. So I know certain people, what they do is they're going to deposit $500 or they're going to deposit $1,000 and they're going to say, okay, you know what, we're going to flip this account from $1,000 to $5,000 in a month. And once we do that, then we're going to focus on 1%.
Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling at me? Rakia. Why was this me before? Why was this my mind? No, I can't watch any more of this video because what? Why are you yelling, sir? Why are you talking to me?
Because 1% on $1,000 doesn't make any sense. It's just $10, right? But no, you're wrong, because what happens is the risk that you're going to deploy to your trading plan, that's going to create the trader that you are. Because if you're going to focus on 1% per day, it's going to create this habit in you to only focus on 1% per trade per day. Because look at it this way, right? You deposit $1,000, you focus on 1%. For 2 to 3 months, you grind out the 1%. You keep on grinding the 1%, and by the end of 3rd month, your confidence is at a level where you really tell yourself, okay, you know what, Joe Trader, you've been doing 1% for 3 months. Maybe it's time to deposit more money because you're confident, you're disciplined, you're consistent with 1%. So if you deposit more money, now when you have 5,000 or you have 10,000, your 1% goes from $10 to $100, right? But it only takes time. You can't expect to get to that level in a week or in a month or in 2 months. It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who've tried this. I've tried it in the beginning. In the beginning, I grew $700 to $5,500 in a week and a half, you know, and I was ecstatic. I was like, oh, wow. Have you had that feeling when you do that? When you grow a small account to multiple thousands and you're like, man, this is easy. I'm just printing money at this point.
Yo, yes, yes, yes. You feel, sorry, I forgot I had a mic in my hand. You feel literally like unstoppable. You're just like, yo. And then you start figuring out, yo, what am I gonna buy? Okay, I'm gonna just like withdraw this money. I'm gonna buy this, da 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 da, because like, you know, this is my new normal now. Like I got this. Yo, the feeling, that's a dangerous feeling. It's not good, not good.
Right? You tell your friends about it, tell your mom and dad about it. You're like, hey, mom and dad, you know, we're gonna be rich. Hey, Joe, buddy, I have a money printer on my computer. I have a money printer on my phone. But that high lasts for a very short amount of time, because after I grew my account from 700 to 5,500, I brought that account back down to 600 in a day, because I haven't built consistency, I haven't built discipline around my risk. So it's very important as a new trader for you to identify what risk are you going to use on your account. Are you going to use, I would suggest, like, my favorite way of using risk is only using 1 to 2% risk. That's it, because I know if I can lose 1% today, I can make 1% tomorrow. And if I can make 1% tomorrow, I can also lose 1% the next day, but have another strategy where I know how am I going to lose less than what I'm planning on losing. Because if I'm going to focus on losing 1%, there are risk management strategies that's going to make me lose less than 1%. Because the idea is not to take the full loss. The idea is to take partial loss, knowing you're going to lose the trade, and that's how you're going to keep your losses small and your winners big. Right? So risk management, very important. You have to write down what risk management techniques are you going to deploy towards your trading plan. The fifth and the most important is your trade management. Now, a lot of people, they have a lot of problems with trade management. The biggest problem is that fear of execution. The second problem is having FOMO when you close the trade and you see the trade run in 100 pip profits and 200 pip profits, and you shoulda, woulda, coulda let the trade run. You know, these things happen a lot. So fear of execution comes from lack of confidence and lack of discipline. That's all there's to it, right? Once you control your confidence, which is controlled by focusing on, diligently by the way, focusing on 1 or 2 trades a day, your confidence is going to come to a level where you're not going to be afraid of executing on a trade. The next one was when you're trying to execute and you do execute the trade, you let the trade run, and then you close the trade in, let's say, 5 pip profits or 10 pip profits, and then later on you see that the prices just keep on going.
Been there, happened many, many times. Messes with your mental, messes with your mindset. Honestly, it really does. Because that fear can set bad habits for you, for sure. So, been there, done that.
You know, so at that point, what I do, my favorite thing to do at that point is to say, okay, you know what? If I want to build my confidence, how can I let my trades run I'm going to close 90% and I'm going to let 10% run to wherever it goes.
That's so true. Even just hearing him talk about that brings ease of mind to me because I can picture like, just reducing my risk because you can do it. I don't know if a lot of people know that through MetaTrader you can actually, reduce your risk of the trade like you have open. So if you have a zero point 0.5 lot size, you can take 0.3 off and stuff like that. Look into it, y'all, because I didn't know that for the longest time, and I was like, oh, this is solid. Like, and it does bring peace of mind. Yep. He's talking, man. He's telling us the gold. He's giving us gold.
That's the only way to build your confidence in really letting your trades run, because the biggest problem that you're going to have is that you're going to be fearful of the fact whether your trade is going to come back to drawdown or it's going to come back to break even or not. Because let's face it, if you're running a $1,000 account and your trade is up, let's say like by $50, $60, and you know price is going to continue moving, but at the same time, you're not sure whether the trade is going to come back and hit your stop loss at break even or it's going to hit your stop loss in negative. So keeping these two fears in mind, you close your trade short and you've secured your $50, and then you see price continue to run and you could have made $100, right? But the solution is, again, as we stated, when you're coming to a point where you're about to secure positions, close 90%. That's it. Close 90%. You close the entire position because of fear and lack of confidence. So when you close 90% and you let the rest 10% run, if that 10% runs to 100 pips or let's say 150 pips or 200 pips or wherever it may go, you're going to be, okay, you know what? Now I have some skin in the game. I have my trade, a tiny portion of the trade, and it continued to run all the way where I thought it's going to go. What that's going to do is that's going to increase your confidence. And once you do this, let's say 10 times, 11 times, 12 times, sooner or later, you're going to start to close 50% and you're going to let 50% run. And the day is going to come where you're going to be in profit for the week and you see a potential move happening on a Thursday and you're going to think, hey, you know what? I'm not going to close 90%. I'm not going to close 50%. I'm going to let the whole thing run because I'm in profits for the week. And I believe, based on my experience, price has continued moving forward. So I'm going to put that experience to the test and I'm going to let the whole thing run. 90%, I'm not going to say 90%, 80% of the time, you're going to catch the whole move, right? 20% of the time, it's going to stop you at break even. And that's going to build your confidence in letting trades run. So having a trading plan, this is what I've been doing for the past 6 years, 7 years, my multi-million-dollar trading plan. Maybe there's a link posted in the description about my current trading plan, and there's also a lot more details that go into that about, like, the techniques. You can focus on price trends, you can focus on Fibonacci's, EMAs, whatever you choose. The blueprint of a trading plan is the time you're going to trade, the currency pair you're going to trade, the time frames you're going to focus on, your risk management, and your trade management. These 5 pillars of trading are going to help you out a lot in becoming a much more confident and a successful trader. Happy trading.
Oh, Raja. Rakil, man, always dropping the dang gems. How many years later? This is how, honestly, as long as I've known Rakil, spoken with him here and there, like, this is how he's been. Just a solid dude, man. Like, this is my opinion, but I really, really am happy that he's just reaping all the rewards of, his hard work, dude. Like, you could hear, like, he was saying, like, back in the day, I was doing things a different way, and now, look at him. And who's to say that you or I can't get to that point where we are so consistently profitable that, we are so successful in our own right just by following simple things. And I just love how he's always kept it simple from the beginning. So, like from the beginning of when he would like mentor and do the live webinars online. So shout out to Rakil. Honestly, I suggest you guys go watch this video on his channel and show his channel some support. I'll leave a link in the description. But yeah, just to review the 5 things, making sure you confirm the time of day you want to trade, the session you want to trade, the currency you want to trade or the instrument, the time frame, you know, making sure your risk management is sorted out, and making sure you manage your trade well and effectively and intelligently and wisely, and all the synonyms that come from that. But that was an awesome video. I really found that to be very helpful for me personally, especially the risk management and the trade management part. It's always such a great reminder just to hear just simple things again of just like, you know, risking the same amount each time. Don't worry about risking different types of percentages, keeping it straightforward. And I love his idea of, you know, letting the trade run, you know, closing out 90% and letting that 10% run and just building that confidence. I'm gonna definitely be doing that. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna definitely be practicing that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you found value in Rakil's video just as much as I did. You know, it was really an eye-opener. I'm confident going into this next week of trading. So yeah, you guys just stay locked in, stay focused, do what you have to do to be successful. Remember that not everyone is gonna put in the hard work, and not everyone is going to keep going. Failure after failure, loss after loss. So, you know, if you're doing that, kudos to you. You are on the path to success. So just keep doing it, girl, guy, whoever you are. My people, y'all got it. I'm so extra. But that being said, y'all, until the next video, until we meet again, I hope you have a beautiful, flourishing, mentally, physically, spiritually healthy day, week, and life. Bye.